Choreb Beruach, Sword of the Spirit. Interpreted and narrated by Wendy. Shemot, Exodus, chapter 32. And when the people saw that Moshe delayed to come down out of the mountain, the people gathered themselves together unto Aharon. Then they said to him, Get up, make us deities, that they may walk before us. As for this Moshe, the man who brought us up from the land of Mitzrayim, we do not know what has become of him. Therefore Aharon said to them, Break off the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives, your sons, and your daughters. Then bring them to me. So all the people broke off the golden earrings which were in their ears, and brought them to Aharon. Thus he received them by their hand, and he fashioned it with a carving tool. Therefore they made the mask of the calf. Then they said, Surely this is your deity, O Yeshariel, who brought you up from the land of Mitzrayim. And when Aharon saw it, he built an altar before it. Then Aharon made a proclamation and said, Tomorrow is the feast unto Yehovah. Moreover, they rose up early on the morrow, and offered ascension offerings, and they brought peace offerings. Then the people sat down to eat and drink. Also, they rose up to play. Therefore Yehovah said to Moshe, Get yourself down, for your people, who you brought from the land of Mitzrayim, are corrupted. Quickly turning from the way that I have commanded them, they have made for themselves a maskah of a calf, and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed to it. Also they said, Surely this is the deity, O Yeshariel, who has brought you up from the land of Mitzrayim. Then Yehovah said to Moshe, I have observed this people, and behold, they are a stiff-necked people. Now for my consolation, for his wrath was kindled with them. Thus I will consume them. Then I will make a great nation of you. Therefore Moshe besought Yehovah his Elohim, and asked, Adonai, why has your wrath become so hot against your people, who you have brought forth from the land of Mitzrayim with great power and with a mighty hand? Why should the Mitzrayim speak and say, He brought them out for harm, to slay them in the mountains, and to rid them from the face of the Adamah? Turn from your fierce wrath, and relent this harm against your people. Remember Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yeshariel, your servants, whom you swore unto yourself, and said to them, I will multiply your seed as the stars of the heavens. And all this land that I have spoken of, I will give to your seed, and they will inherit it forever. Therefore Yehovah was consoled for the harm that he spoke of doing to his people. Then Moshe turned and went down from the mount, and the 2 tablets of the testimony were in his hand. The tablets were written on both of their sides. They were written on one side and on the other. Thus the tablets were the work of Elohim, and the writing was the writing of Elohim, engraved upon the tablets. Then when Yehoshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said to Moshe, There is a noise of war in the camp. But he responded, It is not the shouts of victory, nor is it the noise of a cry from being overcome. Rather, I hear the sound of singing. And it came to pass, as soon as he came near the camp, that he saw the calf and the dancing. Then Moshe's anger became hot, and he cast the tablets out of his hands, and broke them beneath the mount. Then he took the calf that they had made, and burned it in the fire, and ground it into powder, and sprinkled it upon the face of the water, and made the children of Yeshariel drink it. And Moshe asked of Aharon, "What did these people do to you, that you have brought so great a sin upon them?" Therefore Aharon said, "Let not the anger of my Lord become hot. You know the people, that wickedness is in them. For they said to me, 'Make us deities, which will walk before us.' As for this Moshe, the man who brought us up from the land of Mitzrayim, we do not know what has become of him." Then I said to them, "Whoever has any gold, let him break it off." So they gave it to me. Then I cast it into the fire, and out came this calf. And Moshe saw the people, for indeed Aharon was exposing unto shame with their uprising. So Moshe stood at the gate of the camp and asked, "Who is on the side of Yehuah? Let him come unto me." And all the sons of Lehi gathered themselves together towards him. Then he said to them, "Thus saith Yehuah, Elohim of Yeshariel, every man put his sword by his side. Go in and out from gate to gate throughout the camp, and slay every man his brother, and every man his companion, and every man his neighbor." Therefore the children of Lehi did according to the word of Moshe, and in that day there fell 3,000 men from the people. For Moshe said, "Fulfill your authority today unto Yehuah, every man with his son and with his brother, that he may bestow an endowment upon you this day."